Hello again. It's the dulcet tones of Michael from Territory Technology. Today we're going to talk about multi-factor authentication. What is it? How does it work? How does it benefit you? Multi-factor authentication or second factor authentication is a mechanism where you log into a website or you log into a service, you use your password, and you have to provide a second factor to validate that the login that is happening is real, that it's you. And typically that's done these days through an application. You might have an app on your phone. Microsoft have one called Authenticator. WatchGuard have a really good one called AuthPoint. Google have one. There's a whole heap of them. So when you set your account up, you are prompted to scan a QR code into one of these applications. It then provides you a 6-digit rolling PIN or even now OTP, one touch push. And what will happen is that you'll log in, you put your password in, your phone might pop up and validate that it's actually you. You have to tell it that it's, you have to approve the login. It might pop up and ask you for a sequence of numbers, which your phone will tell you. It also might just pop up and say, this is the number on the screen, type the same number into your phone. But essentially what it's doing is validating that someone else is not trying to use your account, that you've got this second factor, that you can actually then validate that it's you can approve the logon, and away you go. Most public-facing systems such as banking, Office 365 email, Google email, a number of systems where there's your information where you have to log on now should be enforcing multi-factor authentication. And if they don't, you have to be very cautious about logging into these systems and actually having information stored in them, because essentially it makes them a whole lot easier to gain access to. If you receive multi-factor authentication requests and it's not you don't know anything about it, don't approve it. That's the whole point of it. If someone else has got your password and is trying to log onto your account, with multi-factor authentication, you have to have the second factor to log in. So if you're getting random requests and it's not you, don't approve it. And even in your social media, LinkedIn, things like that, you'll see that this will start to be enforced soon, because these accounts are getting hacked, taken over and so forth fairly frequently. This mechanism really does reduce the rates that happens. Previously, the second factor used to be delivered via text or SMS. A lot of that's been removed now, as the ability to clone phones and gain access to people's phones is been proven to be quite easy. So what's happening now is that the Authenticator application, the second factor application on your phone, is actually bound to your phone. It's very difficult to clone that. Every time you get a new phone, typically you'll have to go through and set up all your multi-factor accounts again and actually register them with those websites, which means logging in, doing a recovery, putting the information in, scanning the QR code and reattaching the second factor. It's really important, where possible, that when you are changing over a mobile phone or you're changing over whatever it is that does your second factor, that you have that to validate that you can add a new device. Actually doing the recovery can be quite tricky. The other option is a token. Tokens have become quite popular again now. And with platforms such as AuthPoint from WatchGuard, it allows us to use one token across multiple systems. So it's not just one token per multi-factor authentication. In a lot of cases now, we can use WatchGuard AuthPoint to do Windows PC multi-factor authentication, and Office 365 and some other systems that will integrate. So you not have to carry half a dozen tokens. However, you really need to look at making sure that you have a second factor in some way, shape or form to validate your logon, your information is being kept secure. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you got some information out of this that is useful. Feel free to drop by again. Hopefully we should do a few more of these and keep them coming. Have a great day.